G'day, welcome to Farming Simulator 15. We're back, our vehicles are all ready to roll out, get them back to Thornton Farm after we've just purchased them all. Not exactly the newest or the biggest fleet, but it's what we can afford. So let's hook these guys all up to follow me. I love this mod, another one of the mods I'm using. So useful for things like okay, that's all of them. For things like raking and picking up grass or straw off fields. So good. Alright, let's roll out. These combine harvesters, they're pretty wide and they're sort of like a little bit too narrow to really need a trailer, but they do still struggle on the road sometimes. So here we go, rolling out, put our lights on. Okay, let's go. The guys following us. No, they're not. Why not? Okay, this I have seen happen before with some of Oxygen David's maps. For some reason, Follow Me gets a little bit stuck. Oh, the reason, I think, is because I left the handbrake on. Oopsie daisies. My fault. Okie dokie. Just trying to be realistic, and look where that gets you. Yep, here they come. Oh no. Holding up traffic. Sorry people, getting out of the way. What's happening back there? Is everyone clear, or did the last one get stuck? No, of course the last one got stuck. Alright, we'll get around this corner and we'll go back and rescue him. Gee whiz, you can't get good help these days. So, you can't, oh god, can't see it from this cabin, but there is Stonehenge on the right up there. Jump out and have a look in a second. Alright, so those guys should come down the lane now. Yep, there it is, Stonehenge. Oops. Stunt jump. Hey guys, we're just going back to get old, mate, don't worry. What? This happens to me a lot. Pulling out across a lane of traffic. Follow Me. Yeah, not the best. You. Okay. Let's... Oh no. Oh no. Okay, diff lock on. There we go. Diff lock off. Don't mind me. Oh. God. So impatient. Rightio. We're away. I think we just turn the lights off. It's pretty much daylight. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. I really am not a fan of watching videos where people sort of don't really know what they're doing. I don't like people, you know, getting on playing Courseplay for something and not really knowing properly how it works. So I have to apologize for that. That was not the best. But I also want to try and keep that sort of stuff in to give you a, I don't know, I think the mistakes can be interesting sometimes. People find them interesting, maybe. Who knows? Alright. Here we are, cruising down this little lane. Gotta be careful not to catch the header. And if you actually look at the linkage for this trailer, it's a trailer's got like a swiveling dolly type thing on the front itself. And then it's like a dog type of trailer, and then it also has a swiveling linkage on the back of the combine as well, which means that the trailer really has a mind of its own. It's quite deadly. Pretty unrealistic, I'd say, but that's just how this mod works. So that's how we're going to use it. Okie dokie, round the corner we go. So yeah, the G29 I think is pretty new. Steering wheel seems pretty good. I like it. It's a little bit more lightweight than I was hoping, but you know, the quality feels pretty reasonable on it. There's no slack or anything in the wheel. I'd say that the force feedback motors could be a little bit more accurate in their positioning, but you know, there are much more expensive wheels on the market, and I would expect that for what I paid, I probably got a pretty good deal. So that is where we get seeds and stuff. So I will open these gates today. While we're working during the day, we can leave all of this stuff open. Everyone with us? Good. No stragglers, fantastic. Let's continue on. It's really nice being able to have your feet help with the controlling. This is the first wheel I've owned, and yeah, certainly not having to use a throttle and brakes with your hands or fingers definitely allows you to do more. So I could drive with one hand on the wheel and one hand on the mouse to look around. I also have a Cytec X52 Pro Flight stick, I think it's called, and I was thinking about maybe hooking up the joystick to use in place of the Farming Simulator 15 joystick. See how we go anyways, maybe one day. Alright, switch this guy off. Stop following. Cool, yep, it's good to go. So one way you can tell if follow me is working is that if I look at my front wheels and I turn the wheel, nothing happens, but if I stop following, I now have control of the front wheels. So don't need lights on. Excellent. Actually, we'll get back in this guy. So this guy has got the cultivator. We'll take this, put it in the farm. So yeah guys, let me know what you think if you really want to see all this logistics stuff. I find this stuff to be interesting, but it's not for everyone, so let me know what you think if you want me to skip these parts and just get to the farming. or if you're interested to see it, I'm happy to keep doing it. Put him down. Yeah, so we have to get out to detach. Oh god, tight fit. There we go. So I'm using the shifter. I'm just using gear position 3 and 4. So gear position 3 is drive and gear position 4 is reverse. Just to give it so that I can make use of it. And then I'm using the other positions as well for other controls. So I don't need this guy. So I'm using gear position 1 and 2 for drive control gear ratio adjust. So if you look here, down bottom near my speedo, you can see that that gear number is changing. Well, what that does is it changes the gearing of the gearbox, so like a constantly variable transmission. So I'm going flat out now, and it's only down to 3% gearing, and that means that it's like, you know, a crawl gear type thing, or low range if you've got a four-wheel drive, or, you know, first gear or whatever. And then I can, so I'm still at full throttle, but as I increase this, notice how my speed picks up. Well, that's because it's simulating changing to a higher gear. Are we dragging this plow? No, it's lifted. Alright. I think it is maybe dragging a little bit on this tractor though. So I've made use of those. You don't use it very much in Farming Simulator. I just, you know, it's not really that much of a simulator that you need to choose gears, and you know, everything's just sort of like a CVT transmission or hydrostatic transmission. So yeah, it's not really something that you use all too often. Alright, that's disconnected. Put her in drive. Park this guy up. This Haze tractor, it's got such a funny noise to it. It's got a real sort of thump to it. I can't really tell what sort of engine it is. I mean, to me it looks like probably a 3-cylinder engine with maybe spark plugs there. So this one might be a petrol type engine or something. And look there, you can see 3 exhausts, but 3 exhaust ports there, but you never know. It's got this crazy fan thing on it. Always reminds me of a jet engine. Anyways, I bet you it's not a jet engine. Okay, so we'll put the fertilizer spreader over in here as well. Careful of this post. Alright. So if you guys haven't seen anything about it, there is a game website that's being advertised at the moment called Cattle and Crops, and it appears to be a farming simulator. It's got tractors and all that, very similar to this, but from what I've seen, it seems to be much closer to Euro Truck Simulator 2 in terms of having to manage workers and individual cattle, you know, breeding them and things like that. So apparently it's going to be released or available in 2016 or something like that. I'd imagine just an alpha or a beta. But yeah, something, if you guys really love Farming Simulator but wished it was maybe a little bit more realistic, something worth checking out, I think. So, alright, our field is this one up here. So it's been ploughed, but it has nothing on it. So let us get a move on. We need to put some seed in this thing, and we're going to plant wheat first up. So another thing I try and do too is maintain at least a little bit of as many different crops as I can. Oh, by the way, I've played about maybe an hour or 2 hours on this map. Haven't actually explored it extensively, but I do know my way a little bit around this farm at least. So fill this guy You're not going to fill? Maybe a little bit further forwards. There we go. Fill him up with seeds. Yep, good. Yeah, so I know my way around a little bit. And as I was saying, I like to try and keep a little bit of each crop available where I can. I actually have, if you look here, nothing here, but that's realistic, I think. Yeah, so I try and keep a little bit of each crop available for great demands, but I think there's different opinions on this, but my opinion is that early in the game you're better off to just sell everything rather than try and wait for a great demand, because at the end of the day, if you're storing everything, you don't have an income coming in. You're better off selling it, getting some money for it, and buying new equipment when you're new to the farming life. So there's a patch of mud over here. Let's go into it. I don't know if any of you own a four-wheel drive, but I'll tell you what, driving through mud can be fun and a little bit worrying at times too. What do I want? I want to go to the outside view. There we go. Let's go. So yeah, this is part of this mod that I was talking about. Mud flies up everywhere, the wheels spin, and the tractor slides and slips and gets really dirty. How cool is that? Something the farming simulator has needed for a long time, I think. It's a little bit more challenge to the driving. Alright, so let's get a start on this field. Okie doke, put the seeder down. Don't own this field. You're right, I don't. So, South Gloucestershire Council. Farmland for sale. Don't mind if I do. $10,000 per hectare, I think that was. Or acre, maybe. I didn't look at the units. Oh, God. Okay, we're spinning. Let's go with four-wheel drive. Now we're spinning one of the front ones. God. Alright, there we go. That's got us moving. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, all three diffs are locked now. We're still slipping. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, let's lift the implement. Move it forwards a bit. Okay, it looks like it's caught in the roots of the grass. Much better. So, keep it in four-wheel drive. Unlock the diffs. There we go. So yeah, I'm using my shifter to control this, because I thought, I don't know about a tractor, but I know that in a four-wheel drive you control the differential locking. Okay, so the terrain's not too bad, but it's really not that easy to steer. Holy moly. Wow, this poor little tractor is really having a hard time here. Alright. Try it again. Oh, come on. Alright, let's gear it down a little lower. No, not helping. I think we might have to go downhill. No, it is just not having a bar of this seeder. This is the biggest and most powerful tractor that I've got. We could be in trouble here. Let's try the other side of the field. Maybe it's a bit wet and muddy here. Oh, jeez. Come on! Well, I think it's getting to that time, ladies and gentlemen. We have to end this episode. This stinking tractor is not able to pull this seeder in this field. Don't have enough money to buy a bigger tractor. Well, how about we come back next episode and see what we can do. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your thoughts were on this episode, how I did, what I can improve, and I'll see you in the next one.